So the Lookout is one of a suite of projects that we've developed as part of a master planning exercise for the Viaduct harbour. The intention of these projects is to provide people with better access to the water's edge and experiences of the waterfront.
The project is a 30-metre long lookout which extends from the landside promenade out into the middle of the Viaduct harbour. It's a structure which is comprised of aluminium fins, and there's a steel capping rail, and it's a parametric design. So it's been a process of generative design. We've sort of really rolled through a lot of quick iterations and refined the output through the use of parametric design. This structure sits within a wider range of interventions, and I think we sort of looked at the idea of trying to get the user out onto the water. The brief was really sort of generated internally and sold to the client as a place for the user to experience the water, engage with the water. So we've sort of devised a structure which is, I guess it's an extension of that landside promenade for the user experience.
Our brief was to develop a kind of place-led strategy for the precinct that was aimed at ensuring that it's an appealing place for people to visit and supporting the range of uses and activities that are there currently. And so the master plan looked at some strategic connections in terms of how the precinct connects itself into the wider city. It's some opportunities around some of the existing buildings and built form in the precinct, and it's some placemaking and activation opportunities to improve the amenity of the public realm. I guess one of the challenges with the Viaduct is that you're always behind a balustrade. You're on a promenade, but you're behind a balustrade, you're behind a floating infrastructure of boats, and so your ability to actually be right on the water's edge and experience that interaction is quite often limited. And so the opportunity that this project presented was to create a place where you can be free of those kind of constraints and actually be out over the water and experience views of the water and the surrounding landscape in a more appealing way.
We've had a few challenges in terms of, I guess, trying to land on a shape to the balustrade. I mean, the Viaduct lookout itself is it's a 30-metre lookout with a second prong, which offers the users two lookout opportunities against the glass balustrade. We've had some challenges in trying to land on a shape to those balustrade fins. There's over 900 fins in total, so trying to devise some sort of rationale to what those fins look like, whether they curve or jut out. It's been a bit of a process, but we've worked with the client and local iwi and coming up with a solution which I think everyone's happy with.
I guess our inspiration has come from some of the narratives of the place, and we worked with Mana Whenua to develop some of those ideas and have those expressed in the form and shape of the lookout.
We started working with Graham Tiffany originally, and he set out a narrative which was based on the taurapa, which is the stern of the waka. So we've interpreted that in our own way and flipped it on its side a little bit, and sort of, I guess, we're working with the name Tamata Tōpaki at the moment, which is to hover over the headland. So the thing with the lookout is it's a lively structure. It's sitting on 6 piles, so there's a bit of give in the structure. So as a user, when you walk over it, there'll be a bit of give, and you'll be able to feel your weight transfer onto the structure. So there's the idea of hovering, and the black or the dark grey of the balustrade fins themselves. They are representative of the Waitemata,